Welcome to second grade this year. This is Miss Wood and this is Winston. We are so excited to meet you all on Zoom soon. And today we want to share a read aloud with you all. This year we're going to be making lots of new friends. And so we are going to read a book today called Scaredy, Squirrel Makes a Friend. So think about a time that you made a new friend. What did you do when you met your new friend? What did you ask your new friend? And we're also, while we're reading today, we're going to be thinking about what genre is this book? Is the book fiction or nonfiction? What are some things in the book that prove the genre? Hope you all enjoy. So our book today is called Scaredy, Squirrel Makes a Friend. Scaredy Squirrel doesn't have a friend. He'd rather be alone than risk encountering someone dangerous. A squirrel could get bitten. Let's look at that word encountering. What do you think the word encountering means? Let's read back through that sentence. He'd rather be alone than risk encountering someone dangerous. What do you think the word encountering means? Could it mean to meet someone? Could it mean to come upon someone, to see someone, to know someone? So another word for encountering could be meeting. A few individuals Scaredy Squirrel is afraid to be bitten by. Beavers, Godzilla, piranhas, bunnies, walruses. So Scaredy Squirrel finds interesting ways to pass the time all by himself. He reads, he whistles, he knits, he chats, he crafts, he yawns, ooh, he counts, until one day he spots someone perfectly safe. Using our illustration, do you see who Scaredy Squirrel thinks is going to be safe? What is the arrow pointing to? The illustration shows us that it is pointing to a goldfish. Scaredy Squirrel thinks that the goldfish could be the perfect friend. Why? Well, has a bubbly personality, quiet, no teeth, and they're squeaky clean. Doesn't do much, but is 100% safe. A few items Scaredy Squirrel needs to make the perfect friend. A lemon, a name tag, mittens, comb, mirror, air freshener, toothbrush, and a chew toy. What in the world is he going to do with those things? Scaredy Squirrels, how to make the perfect first impression. Well, make sure you have your bad hair tamed, brush your teeth thoroughly, and practice smiling. Check for nutty breath and food caught between your teeth. Wear mittens to hide your sweaty paws. Use pine scent to smell delightful. Make sure you have your name tag that tells what your name is. Prepare freshly squeezed lemonade. And make sure that your name tag is visible to read. Now, let's follow the perfect plan. The perfect plan. So, as we look at our map here, remember this could be a text feature. When we are looking at a map, it's going to tell us how to get from one place to another. So this is Scaredy's perfect plan of going to meet the goldfish. Step 1, toss down chew toy to distract biters. Step 2, use mirror to check hair and teeth. Step 3, run to the fountain. Step 4, point to name tag and smile. Step 5, offer lemonade. Step 6, make the perfect friend. Now, While you are on this perfect plan, remember to avoid beavers because they could snap at any moment. Beware of walruses. They're fast on their flippers. Stay away from piranha-infested ponds and do not talk to suspicious bunnies. Watch out for Godzilla for obvious reasons. But let's just say, just for example, that Scaredy Squirrel did come face to face with a potential biter. He knows exactly what not to do. If you come in contact with someone that might bite you, do not show fear. Do not show your fingers. Do not make eye contact. Do not make any loud noises. And if all else fails, just play dead. And hand over the test. Scaredy's risk test. Number 1, who are you? Number 2, how many teeth do you have? Number 3, what is your hobby? And number 4, what do you see? Do you see me as a friend or do you see me as something to bite? With every detail under control, Scaredy Squirrel puts the plan into action. First, he tosses the chew toy. Then he heads down the tree. Everything is perfect until he hears a strange sound coming from behind. Squeak! And he realizes, it's a dog! It's a dog! This was not part of the plan. Why do we think that the dog came up? What did Scaredy Squirrel throw down first? Remember, he threw down that's right, he threw down a chew toy. The dog chases Scaredy around the bush, around the fountain. Time out. And in circles until Scaredy Squirrel plays dead. 30 minutes later, 1 hour later, 2 hours later, did the dog ever leave? After all this time, Scaredy Squirrel realizes that the dog doesn't want to bite him. He just wants a friend. Scaredy Squirrel points to his name tag and smiles. Then he starts chasing his new buddy. They play fetch, they play hide and seek, and they play dead. Scaredy Squirrel forgets all about the goldfish, not to mention the walruses, bunnies, beavers, piranhas, and Godzilla. Time flies when you're having fun. All this excitement inspires Scaredy Squirrel to make a few minor changes to his idea of a friend. Scaredy Squirrel's almost perfect friend. Muddy paws, wet doggy smell, tooth, drool, loud bark, 83% safe, but lots of fun. Oh, and don't forget, dogs do have germs. P.S. As for the wet doggy smell, it's been taken care of. So if you look closely at the illustration, how did Scaredy Squirrel take care of his friend's wet doggy smell? If you notice, he has an air freshener attached to his collar. What a super awesome book. Did you take away any key notes in this book to how to make a friend? Could you introduce yourself by smiling and sharing your name? Could you come up with games to play with new friends? Could you share interesting things about yourself or interesting hobbies that you have? This year, we're going to learn so much about one another. Now that we've finished reading Scaredy Squirrel Makes a Friend, we're going to go back to our question, and we're going to determine, was this book fiction or nonfiction? So let's look at some clues to help us determine if a book is fiction. So remember that fiction means that this story is fake or it did not happen. So, number 1, does the book have talking animals? Do animals really talk in real life? Can they speak to where we can understand them? We cannot understand squirrels, so the book does have talking animals, and we know that that would be a clue that it is fiction. Number 2, does the book have photographs or illustrations? Remember, a photograph is a picture taken in real life. An illustration is a picture that someone can draw. This book had illustrations. They were created by the illustrator. Number 3, does the book provide true facts? Was there any evidence in this story that is real? No. Number 4, does the book have a problem? Yes. Remember, Scaredy Squirrel was trying to make a new friend, and he was very, very, very scared when he noticed a large dog behind him. And then, of course, number 5, to look closely at your book title to help you determine if a book is fiction or nonfiction. So, if our book title is Scaredy Squirrel Makes a Friend, that can help us in determining that the book is fiction. So, remember that next time you're reading and you're trying to decide if a book is fiction or nonfiction, you can use these clues to help you determine.